So this is going to be a sequence using a prop that everybody has access to, and that's a wall. So let's start off down on our knees. We're going to be doing a child's pose up the wall with a bit of release through the shoulders. So you're going to sit back onto your heels if that's uncomfortable for you through the knee, and place a folded blanket underneath as well, just for some support. You can see the edges of my legs are off the blanket as usual, so I don't have that direct pressure onto the knee. So you can place either a bolster, a rolled up towel, rolled up blanket just behind the knees to make that more comfortable. I'm going to bring the hands up the wall and start bringing that chest forwards. Remember to draw that navel back towards the spine just to look after your back. You're working the shoulder blades closer to one another. And we're really releasing through the shoulders, breathing through the nose. So wall is an extremely useful tool for us to use in our practice. We can use it to work on our alignment in various poses. As I've mentioned before, when we come into triangle pose, we want our body to move in one plane of alignment, and we don't want those hips jutting out towards the back. So if you stand against a wall with your heels against the wall and come into triangle pose, it's impossible for your hips to jut backwards because the wall is there preventing that from happening. And so you can come into those poses and actually feel what it feels like to be doing it correctly and safely. And we can also work on getting deeper into our poses by using this wall as a prop. So coming out of that pose, let's drop the arms down, and we're going to come into Uttanasana, forward fold. There's two different ways that you can do this. So choose whichever one works for you. One option is to stand with your back to the wall, just placing your buttocks up against the wall. I start working those feet back towards the wall, and then coming down, dropping the head. Breathe. If you'd like to sort of encourage your body to come deeper into this fold, you can turn the other way around and walk up to the wall and place the backs of the shoulders against the wall, knees bent, and then start straightening through the legs, which is going to be pushing your back against the wall. And by walking the feet closer towards the wall, you're going to increase that fold. And you're also increasing this release here through the hamstring. Breathe. So to come out of this pose, just bend the legs. You can walk the feet away from the wall if you like. And then either unfold as usual, or if you prefer, walk the hands up the wall as you straighten up the body. This next pose is an L pose, which is actually a lovely pose as a precursor to handstands, just to start getting that stability and strength through the shoulder girdle. So to measure your distance that you need your hands to be away from the wall, sit with your feet against the wall and make a note of where your buttocks are, and that is going to be where your hands are going to be placed. So turning around, placing your hands there. Remember, as we're grinding down through the hands, to splay those fingers out. And we're going to walk our feet up the wall until we come to a 90-degree bend through the hip, and the weight is straight over those shoulders. And we're going to raise this right leg up towards the ceiling, and then bring it down, touch the ground, and up. Bending that left knee. And bring the foot back, bring that foot back to the wall. And extend this left leg up towards the ceiling. And bring that leg down, bend that right knee, touch the mat, bring it back up. Bring that foot back to the wall, and then come back down and just take a rest. You can come into child's pose here if you like. Grounding yourself, breathing. Then coming back up. And again, let's bring that foot up the wall. And just hold here this time. And come back down and up to standing. Come down to sitting on your mat. And actually bring your hip flush against the wall. And then move, I have to shimmy down a little bit so that your buttocks are in contact with the wall and you're lying flat on the mat. Now, this is a really nice way to start getting used to shoulder stand, but just having that support. So bend your knees, feet flat against the wall, and you're going to push up with your feet until you come up onto your shoulders. So work those shoulder blades underneath you, and you can just stay here. Bring those arms behind you and just support yourself through your lower back. And then you can work towards getting one leg off the wall, and then the next leg. Bend the legs and bring them back to the wall. When you are coming up like that, keep your gaze directly towards the ceiling. You don't want to start moving the head around once you're in position, because you are going to be putting quite a lot of pressure onto the neck. So just take a rest and just try practice that a few times. So flatten the feet against the wall and bring those hips up. Work those shoulders underneath the body. Support with the hands. And then you can bring one leg up off the wall and just stay there if that's fine for you. Otherwise, bring the other one up and work those feet up towards the ceiling. Inhale, bend that leg and the other leg, and roll down that spine until you come onto the floor, and you can rest here. This, of course, is a wonderful resting pose. Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. And just relax here for a few moments. And then one more time. Bend those knees. Bring those hips up. Work the shoulders underneath the body. Supporting with the hands. Bringing one leg up towards the ceiling and then the other. Really kind of engage your glutes in this position to work the hips forward. Inhale, bend that leg, the other one comes back to join it, and roll down that spine, straightening the legs against the wall and taking a few breaths. So to come standing, let's just bring those legs down to the side. You're lying on your side and then pushing up with your hand to come up to sitting. So this is revolving hand to big toe, which we did in another video. But this is a lovely way to kind of do the pose and have that support if you struggle a bit with your balance. So placing your foot against the wall, you're wanting a nice right angle here between the two legs and at the right distance so that your hips are parallel with the wall. So this femur is working its way into that hip joint. And you can just stand here if you like. Work on engaging this quadricep in the right leg, straightening that leg, keeping those hips nice and squared off of the wall. And you are already going to be feeling quite a nice release here through the back of the left leg. If you want to start increasing that stretch, start revolving from that navel towards the left. So you can take your right hand to the outside of that left thigh, just to give you a little bit of leverage, if you like, and start working that body towards the left, opening up that left shoulder. And you can just stay like that, or you can extend your left arm, and if you like, extend the right. Take the gaze to the left. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Drop the arms and rotate the body back to the wall. Bring your leg down. Very nice. Just come onto the other leg now. Oopsie. And again, 90 degrees between these two legs, working this femur back into its socket, squaring off those hips of the wall, standing up nice and tall, engaging this quadricep on your supporting leg, and you can just stay here if you like, or you can bring that left hand to the outside of the right leg and start revolving through that torso from the belly button up, opening this right shoulder. You can just stay here or extend that right arm. If you like, extending the left and taking that gaze to the right. Breathe. Inhale, exhale, lower the arms, come back to face the front and drop that leg down from the wall.